Do it. Do it.
Okay, I think we're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to
Hello.
another edition of Apropos, the show about closure. So, we have a special guest today, but before we introduce the special guest, we're going to talk to our panel or introduce our panel. So, today we have Mia, Ray,
Hello.
I'm Eric, and our special guest is Jordan. Hey,
Hi.
Jordan.
Yay. It's such an honor to be here with we were just talking, some of the biggest mouths in closure. I love that for us.
Normal size
All of
mouth,
us at the
actually a,
same
a
time.
little small because I got tight masseters. So
Sorry to hear that, Mia.
it's okay.
I
They're
don't know what the
gonna,
word masseter means, but I'm just nodding.
it's the
I'm
thing when you grind your teeth.
Oh, the thing.
oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
The
so
noise is
tight you
there.
can't open your mouth.
Basically, yeah. They're gonna give me Botox shots for them.
Oh.
Mm.
Yeah.
Had many a
Okay.
partner wish that upon me, let me tell you. Like,
Jordan, before we get into like introducing you personally, I'm curious about your DJ setup behind you.
oh, this little thing? What's that?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't. So,
Is this the
um,
kind of thing like, you're coding and then you're like, I'm tired. I need better music. You just like swivel your chair around and start mixing some
Correctamundo.
beats.
That's exactly what happens actually. Well, if I can turn, I got a whole studio because if I turn to the right, I have my little MIDI because I use these for like Ableton. And then yeah, back there are my DJ decks. It's the Pioneer XDJ AZ.
Hmm.
I call them my big boy decks. And then I'm really into vinyl DJing as well, and those are my turntables. Um, my
Hmm.
record collection and yeah, just super cool guy stuff, you know? Feels so cool. It's
It looks cool. There's a lot
It
going
does look
on.
cool.
It makes Eric's little DJ setup on his bookshelf. Holy heck!
Whoa,
Wowie!
cloud lights.
Wowie!
yeah,
Okay, wait.
that's one of my favorite parts about
I
this.
have a question about that. So, like, does that
Yes.
come with like the lights in the clouds, or do you set up the lights and then like put like quilt batting up there?
So yeah, you get polyfill from Marshalls for like 20 bucks. And I have it's the Govee string lights.
Hmm.
And yeah, you just put them up there in whatever thing. And actually, a lot of people use spray adhesive. That's gross. I just use a stapler and I just kind of put it in chunks and stapled it and it stayed. So,
Oh, it's like those Halloween spider webs.
mhm. Yep. Let's see if we got
This
this.
is I think we might do that for the kids.
Oh
I
man,
really like that
It's a
situation.
nice
Well, you
little.
got like a cave. You got like a
I
broadcasting
know.
cave.
I do. I love these curtains, and actually, we're gonna have them at the conch. Actually, my so instead of investing in a bunch of backdrops for not festivals, conferences over the year, one of the things I really love those Govee lights is basically an LED screen, right? If you just think of it as a
Mm,
curtain.
mm.
Um, and you can upload logos. I had like Datomic rules
No
going
way.
on, like yeah, yeah. And their travel light, I like that. So
That's
yeah,
fun. That'd be a fun like interactive art project.
well, see, as a burner, I'm into that crap, and that is
A
definitely an
burner.
inspiration. Hmm. Yes,
So
you've heard of Burning Man.
Burning Man.
Oh, Burning Man. Okay. Yeah.
so for
Gotcha.
those who are watching, which no one is watching right now,
Nobody's
because
watching.
well, this is our
There's
off day. Oh no,
yeah,
we
Yeah.
got
scheduled.
we got three people on the stream now. So this is our off day. So people don't know, but I did post in the events Slack, and so see people. Um, but so you just shared with us, so you can share because you were on Datomic team and now you are.
Yes. Oh, I have so much hot goss to drop. We'll do a little hot goss and then we'll do a little bit of tooling show and tell. And then maybe we'll do some hot goss on the end of it too. We'll do a hot gossip sandwich. Yes, we
Okay.
like that. I a hoagie. Um, So the first piece of news is that a lot of y'all might have remember I got hired with Nubank. It was about a year and a half ago, about a year ago. And I was hired onto the Datomic team because they had budget first, essentially. Um, and the first year I really spent, I was on the something called the Datomic Developer Success Team. So we worked adjacent to the Datomic uh, core development team to help people be successful using Datomic. Um, so there were a lot of people on my team that I guess their OKRs had to do a lot with facing internally to Nubank, right? Because when you think about Datomic, Nubank is the biggest customer, but they are their own product with other customers that are competitors to Nubank, actually. So, we're worried about keeping new bankers happy, but they use Datomic. They are going to use a product in a certain way, and it's for the health of the product. It makes sense to get other people using it, which is
Sure.
why they made it free to use. And then I was telling Mia there's this really great support story where there's an entire team that's Jarrett Binford, um, and a few others that are based in Brazil. Um, that, yeah, they're working mostly on like it's not customer, it's customer success. Yeah, customer success, I would call
Maybe,
it.
yeah.
Anyway, so I'd started there. And in the last year, you might have also remembered Christoph Newman got hired as, quote, Closure's first developer advocate.
Yeah, we had
Because
him on a few shows ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Christoph's great.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a bone to pick with that statement because what is Alex Miller chop liver? Like, what
No.
is that? What am I chop liver? Like, it was, but, but yeah, as Closure's first
Official. It's official.
official developer advocate.
Official. Official's doing
Christoph's
a lot of
great.
heavy lifting there.
We complement each other so well as yin and yang of, you know, uh, as far as evening each other out.
Okay.
You can
So
see,
so you're kind of doing like the same job together. You're collaborating a lot with Christoph.
well, the problem was I wasn't.
Okay.
And so every day I was going to, we had a product operations manager that was kind of treating data, think of it as like a product and thinking of awareness and adoption, kind of like a salesy pipeline.
Mm.
So I was kind of going up against those OKRs, which weren't really in line because it's more community management, but that was hard to communicate and measure. So I was running issues with that. And and then way on the other side, completely separate business unit was Alex Miller and Christoph, and Magdalena is another person, doing kind of closure events stuff and thinking about closure community stuff. And I was doing it for Datomic. And it got to the point a couple months ago where we realized that our objectives, we were looking at the 2026 budget, looking at what events we're going to go to, looking at our strategy, and our work was just so aligned that it made sense for us to, so much more sense for us to work on a team rather than like I was working on Team Datomic where my objectives didn't match up with anybody on my teams, right?
Hmm.
And but now, so as of end of October, I switched to that team. So that's news that is really exciting that I get to work with Alex Miller, y'all. Oh my God.
The two Millers.
Oh, I love it. It's yeah, there's so much wisdom, just wisdom nuggets dropped everywhere. Um,
Now you did collaborate a lot with him, right? You wrote a book with him.
yeah. Um, it's different in a work capacity though.
Sure.
Yeah, because I mean, and when we wrote the book, we wrote it over the course of 2 years, and then I was unemployed and in a deep depression for like a year of that,
Oh,
That's
right?
sorry to
So
hear that.
I wasn't. I mean, it happens to the best of us, to all of us.
Mm,
But I can't say that I was fully present and receptive and able to learn and absorb in the
mm.
way that when I look back at it, I wasn't, where I am now, where I'm just here with a pen every day.
Uh-huh. Now, do you do the kind of like Jedi training that we saw in the movies where like you're holding them in a backpack, running through the swamp, trying to, I don't know, resurrect patches from the
Well, right now, everything we're doing is focused around events and I'm going to use the word awareness, but I actually really don't like it because it's a generic, vague term that we can define way better as
It
I think,
sounds like a disease, like
yeah.
We need to spread
Lisbon
awareness.
March for closure awareness.
I heard a good sub in for that word was impact, which makes a lot more
Oh,
sense. Which also
hmm.
buzzwordy and annoying though. I can't win
Impact.
here. But impact, I've heard in the context of developer relations, also has the ability to measure and include people that are already maybe aware of the product, but maybe they're getting more involved in the community.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Kind of we're talking about.
Wow. I mean, that's an interesting topic. Like, how do you measure that and target, you know?
Yeah,
I guess
it's
that's like us. Like
That's true.
yeah,
Impact.
that's us. Well, Newbank's
yes,
paying
Pow,
us now.
impact.
Newbank's
Impact.
paying us to do impact.
yeah, and well, that's part of our strategy, right? Is Christoph has a really good idea. A really good, I guess, strategy where he thinks of closure developer relations as like three pillars, and one of them is open source developers. I think of them also as like the superstar super users, the people that are doing things and contributing and giving back and starting
Mm-hmm.
conversations and, say the Bork dudes of the world and
For sure.
um, and actually I was thinking I want to thank y'all because as I was getting ready this morning, I was explaining to, uh, uh well, last night, sometime recently, I was explaining to somebody what I was doing today. And when I think about the impact that every person in this room has had on my life, it's super significant. Um, you know, Eric, I grew up, but the purely functional TV videos taught me how to code legitimately. The
Oh.
cooking, like the cooking with closure
Mm-hmm.
was just huge for me. And also the all of your stuff on Reframe. I watched that, you in front of a whiteboard doing the levels of Reframe. It's just
Yeah.
ridiculous. So like this is React. Hear me out. Then this Reagent. Okay, hear me out. Stick with me. Like there's Reframe. That was huge. And then Ray, you were really amazing when I started making content about just doing everything you could to line me up with opportunities to get my voice out there of, hey, do this collab, hey, come on the show, hey, meet this person. Um, when I wanted to learn more and do closure script, you're the one that kind of set me up with Vouch where David worked, and I got to know, learn so much there. And so yeah, Ray's just significant impact on my career in
It was a
life.
pleasure.
And Mia, you were one of the first, like, I'll say, cool, funny, quirky girlies like me that I saw. I think it was like at Strange Loop or something. Um, of just like, oh, there are other cool, quirky girlies like me around.
We
And
live. We
we
can
live,
live.
exactly. And so, all three of you in separate ways, yeah, kind of had impact, if you will.
Jordan, will you get parentheses tattoos with me
Of
in
course. Oh,
Charlotte next week?
okay, you don't know about, oh my God, you don't know about this. Oh my gosh, there's actually already a plan. The Atomic Team, Jen Myers. I actually almost had the tattoo artist at the conch, like
No
in
way,
Oh my
like in
God.
hotel.
a
No,
in
Yes,
the corner.
I want him
yes,
here. I want one
yeah,
Oh
here.
I
I
wait.
want one
needed,
here
I
so I can
miss,
like purr in my head and I
uh-huh.
can have an like be an
Yeah.
expression.
So yeah, Jen, we actually Stu is also down. Like, yeah, people are down and I missed, it was a 30-day. I talked there, we needed to find them a hand washing sink and put in a certain certificate within 30 days and
Mm.
with North Carolina. And I missed that deadline. But I talked to them. There's still probably going to be like a secret side mission for us to get tattoos. And
No.
next year, 100% for sure, there will be
A
Oh, so we're not
tattoo
doing it this
artist
year?
at the
at the conch.
conference.
At
Oh,
the
all right.
conference.
Wow.
Wait, but so are we
Yes.
doing it this year? Because I
You could
want
take
them.
a take a
I've been
trip to their
threatening.
studio. No?
I've been
Yeah.
threatening for years and it's time.
Let's see, I have my, okay,
Yeah, that's why you also have a ton of tattoos. I assume that you will get tattoos with me because you know they're not a big
uh,
deal.
I don't know how to do this
I
angle. This is
can't
hard,
see.
y'all.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure it out in my head.
Film your own
Uh,
arm.
uh,
Oh,
Yeah,
I see it.
uh, uh.
there it is. Look at that.
I just
Okay.
can't. This is just too backwards in my head.
Did that say a vowel apply?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
It says email by.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I need Paren tattoos, and I've been trying to bully coworkers into going with me to get Paren
Right.
tattoos for years. But I'm an ineffective bully. And so I'm in. I'm in,
I mean,
want it.
talk about impact.
Oh, that's because we're gonna supply them with Flash, and so yeah, parentheses are totally gonna be on there, and
Oh
I do
my
like the
God.
eval apply, and yeah, I wish that. So to this time will probably be a soft interview. Like we're gonna go to the place that will
No,
get there
I'm
next year.
going. You have to let me know when it's happening. I'm going. I'm going to get the tattoos.
Find Jordan if you want a tattoo, everybody.
Try and stop her.
Bye.
They'll have a bus to the
Here,
tattoo
the
parlor.
important thing to remember about tattoos, be like, oh, that's going to be on you forever. No, it isn't because you're going to die and your body will decompose unless you're buried in a peat bog. And that's why I'd like to introduce my business idea, peat bog burials, for people who want to preserve their tattoos. All right.
It's the new mummification.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just get buried
But like,
in a
no,
peat
it's
bog.
not going to be on you forever. You have to work
In
really hard to
5,000
make it be
years,
on you
people will
forever.
dig you
Yeah.
up and
Yeah.
look at your tattoos,
Yeah.
and they might even be able to resurrect your DNA and clone you in the
People
future.
are still getting
No,
tattoos from that girl that they found in the peat
Please, no.
bog from like 5,000 years ago.
just let me die when I die, please.
Yeah.
Just let me
God
die.
damn
Just
it.
let
All
me
right,
rest.
No, don't burn.
back to
Burn to
closure.
fuck. I'm
I know
out
Back
of
to
here.
you
closure.
said Christoph had three pillars, and you mentioned one,
Yes.
um, which I can't remember again now.
Oh, I can't
The
remember the other
the
two, so that's
community?
great.
No,
It's
no,
great.
no. You said open source developers.
I said open source
Uh,
developers. Yeah. Um,
Okay, so
like
that's one.
maintaining. I think one of them, the other one was as he saw it, developer experience. I think was the
Okay,
other. And it's funny because it gets confused in my head because three is a very common number when anyone's trying to communicate
sure.
anything. And
Make it
so,
easy to remember.
look, I found it in my notes. Look at that.
Nice.
Oh, look. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Dev advocacy outreach. He thinks of it as, oh, wait, no, just kidding. That's the Datomic core dev team. Undo. Irrelevant notes. Didn't find it.
Hmm.
Well, then, moving on.
So the idea is to support, I mean, I guess maybe it's like stuff like us, like shows and media and stuff.
Correct. Where is.
I mean, I imagine it brings awareness to have
Yes.
shows.
And this is something that we were even talking about yesterday when Alex was talking about kind of our metrics, starting the metrics conversation, which I have some opinions on because it's so hard to measure awareness. For example, this last year I did so many talks, and there are people from outside the team, kind of product people, that if you don't know anything about this industry, it would be a reasonable expectation to like, okay, we paid a bunch of money. You went to a talk, you gave a talk on the thing. Why aren't people just going home and downloading the thing like that night?
Yeah.
For that, no, that's not how that works. I actually would say like if they do that, I don't want them. That took not enough convincing at all. Um, you
Sure. And
know,
and are they measuring? Like, are they trying to see like a measurable impact
trying to,
in
and
like
that's
visits to closure.org or something?
yeah, we had mentions of data. Well, it was also very tough because it was datomic, and there are so many.
Mm,
It was just so hard to try and advocate for datomic and not take into consideration the reliance on
yeah.
on closure. Um, it's
I mean,
interesting. The exception to the story is Nubank. Ed Wibble, the CTO of Nubank, did find Datomic first, and
really?
yes, he liked it
How?
Whoa.
for its value
Was
propositions
it
of.
like a Rich Hickey talk when he was promoting
Yeah,
it a lot?
it was actually Stu.
Wow.
I think it was Stu. They were it was a
Okay.
consult. They were consulting um, clients,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, he found it because Datomic is just amazing for fintech. The
Well, and
whole
people love data
immutable.
log.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. It's a great tool for that, right? And so Edward did find it and decided to go all in and then learn closure and they go in all close, you know,
Yeah,
but that's like an exception that proves, you know,
sure.
it's hard to operate on that premise. There were some really bad talks I gave at, uh, there's this conference in Barcelona, and it was like a, you know, Java crowd.
I mean,
And
there's a ton of databases out there. You know, you have a lot of choices. I mean, it's different from programming language, I think. You have a lot of choices in programming language too, but the power seems to concentrate, the popularity concentrates in the programming languages, whereas in
No, I
the
mean, I think with databases, like the question is always why not just use SQL?
uh-huh.
And so like
Mhm.
it is so heavily concentrated around SQL that the kind of like scuffles for power exclude SQL. And I don't think that there's anything really like that in the programming language
Mm-hmm.
world, you know? Like
Mm-hmm.
there's no sequels like the Tom Brady Patriots.
what I found myself trying to communicate and still not great at it, working on it, is this idea of the value of your data as a value, right? The
Mhm.
value of immutable, like, because really it's different than a lot of things because that's really the distinction is the immutability. So, you know, having that history through time, which with bank transactions, super important.
Sure.
Um, and then also the value of how you shift your thinking about data. And that's the conversation that needs to happen with, like, for example, Java developers, SQL developers. But what happened, at least to me, was there were some events that if you were sipping the Kool-Aid, if you kind of know what's up, um, I don't need to pitch you on immutability, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then there were some talks that I missed the mark because I was saying things. An example is I liken immutability to Git is the closest thing that a lot of people can
Mm-hmm.
attach to, right? Um,
Like we don't throw away our code just because we
Version
changed it.
control for your
Mm-hmm.
data.
right, right, right. And the way I tell the story is that it is true. Early in my career, I worked at this. My first job was we had a rebase Git workflow, which was it was like a squash and merge and rebase on top of it, keep a super duper clean history. A super small closure team working fast was able to do this, but it was very weird to be rebasing, and it really kind of, you know, that showed to as somebody that had a completely functional immutable background to then be rewriting everything.
Rewriting history, yeah.
Rewriting history got me in trouble sometimes, but when explaining that to audience members, they just have no idea how that can
Mm-hmm.
screw you. They're just like, what? They can't even understand, like, just the blank stares of Java people just not even understanding the value of immutability or like what that means. But
Yeah. I
but then
mean,
if you
you can understand why. Like, I think for most applications, you never look back in the history. You don't care what the person's name was 6 weeks ago. You look at what it is today. You're just going to take it from the database, whatever it is right now, and put it on the web page and serve that. And you're not making features where it's like no one's asking who's changed their name in the last, you know, in the last year.
Mhm.
Um, and if you are doing that, then like you're like a specialist who probably already knows how to do that with a SQL database.
But, you know, having the audit trail
Tricky.
is just so valuable in industries that specifically need an audit
Yeah.
trail.
Hmm.
So
Yes,
fintech,
regular. Yeah.
health tech,
Yes.
anything where you're dealing with like health data, prescription data, where a prescription might change over time, the dosage might change, but everything else stays the same. Uh, Other kinds of databases have to deal with that by having duplicate entries.
Right, like a history table or something where you
Hmm.
save that. Yeah.
Whereas,
Which you have to manually manage.
yeah,
Hmm.
Are you all familiar with Marshall Thompson?
No.
Um, he worked at Cognitect for a bit. He worked on Datomic. He did some early talks on, and he is now on his independent venture. He lives in North Carolina, and he is working with the is now I think C person of the Rare Cancer Research Foundation, and it's really amazing how they're like literally using Datomic to save lives. I wish I could tell this story more, but like it's because there is an issue with needing a flexible data schema for
Mm,
rare cancers,
Hmm.
because every doctor that discovers a cancer just gets to name it and tell everyone what's
Mm,
important
mm.
about it. And all of those attributes are different, right? Where this
huh.
doctor thinks, names it this and says, they're collecting fundamentally different data because
Sure.
Mm.
there's
Sure.
no
It's
standard
novel
It's a
sequence.
things.
taxonomy issue. You have in cancer taxonomy what was happening 100 years ago in organism taxonomy.
Mm-hmm.
We're still merging plants
Yeah, I mean
right
that's
now in
so
botany.
interesting. You so interesting you say that because like you just wonder the all of these companies and especially like companies that are dealing with medical records that have this chauvinism for tables and that
Mm.
they have to have a regular schema and different and that every column has a type and if it doesn't fit in the table, we just don't have a place to put the data. They have this chauvinism like what are they missing? Like what is
Exactly.
not being recorded? What is being recorded poorly? Um,
Yeah.
it would be interesting if like you could bring your own data model like you do in Datomic, where, if you're not familiar with Datomic, one of the interesting things is you define the type of an attribute, but not the type of an entity and like all the stuff that can hang off of an entity. So you can have any attribute on any entity. Uh, you do have to define the type of the attribute if it's a string or a number or something like that. But you can then just start putting these attributes on anything, and you can leave attributes out. It's not like a nil thing or null in a database where like the column is empty. It just doesn't exist on that and on that entity. So it's very flexible, and you can add them as you need them, and yeah.
Yeah. Um, and so yeah, fintech, we were talking about fintech really loves it because the audit trail, especially with compliance issues, again, where the issue is you screw up banking tech, you don't just get a bad performance review, you go to jail. Like that's, you can't
Hmm.
lose those things, right? That's a big deal. So compliance, as we talked about, health tech. And the other area I found that like this really hit was I went to this event called Bug Bash. It was in DC. It was by it's not is it antithesis a testing suite. It was, I asked the organizers, all right, what's up with the demographics? Who are these people? And their words to me were, everybody here really cares about correctness.
Hmm.
Mm.
And it was called like a bug bash. It was a site reliability
Hmm.
conference, not like testing, but not QA,
Yeah.
but like testing. Oh man, now is time to drop a very embarrassing story I've been holding out, but I will share it with you all because it needs to be shared. Are you familiar with Kyle Kingsbury?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
for sure.
Oh yeah. Okay, so hi Kyle. I hope you hear this. Look, as promised, I'm sharing this, I'm sharing it widely. Here we go, public. So I was at Bug Bash and he is doing one of the main talks. I would not, maybe close to keynoting, right?
Mm.
And he's doing all his steps and stuff. And I'm, of course, in the front row. Woo, Datomic, yeah, rah. He even did a little section Datomic. It was awesome. He had this whole cadence. And so the next day, I was giving a lightning talk. And I thought it would be super cute if I just like wrote in a little callback to the things that Kyle said, kind of form that relationship more. I thought it'd be cute. One track conference. Um, and this is a story about how I got screwed using generative AI for the first
Oh
time.
no.
This is the
Ah.
first time Chat GPT. This is a story of how I got burned by Chat GPT in front of Kyle Kingsbury at a conference.
Boy,
about
I
site
actually really
reliability.
I thought this was going to go a different direction. I thought this was going to have something to do with one of his social media accounts.
No, 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 no. It's nope, not going in that direction at all. He was wearing an all leather outfit that I thought was delightful, probably related to that other account, but that is besides the point. No, 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 no. And we do amazing on the Jepson Report. So we love the Jepson Report.
Yeah, that rocks.
So of course I go home from the speaker's dinner and I thought, what better tool can help me just search someone's content and filter by this thing I'm saying to tie it all home. The first response, I even argued with it. I'm like, are you sure? Are you really sure? And it gave me fake sources and everything. And it gave me this beautiful quote from Kyle Kingsbury that he never
Mm.
said at all. So, although I deliver the talk, I say the quote, the crowd goes wild, everybody loves it, it goes great. But afterward, Kyle waits for me and he goes, hey, so it's really bugging me. Where that definitely sounds like something I would say.
Yeah.
But like I don't remember saying that. Can you point me? And I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I Googled it, whatever, because I was using Google amongst other things. And so, every we go home and 2 weeks later, I get an email into my personal email that he had tracked down. Hey, so it's really bugging me. Where did I say that? And I had to cop and I had to give myself and I had to admit to Kyle Kingsbury that I misquoted him at a site reliability conference because of
Oh.
ChatGPT.
It's a marvelous demonstration of the powers of ChatGPT.
Yes, it was my proudest moment. Meanwhile, on the Atomic team, we are having the words have been spoken. You're not even allowed to say ChatGPT said in the Cognitech Slack
Good.
because it sullies the history.
Good.
Thank you.
So yeah, that's so these super contentious. So that's when I learned my lesson, and I've learned other lessons. When I using those tools to help me do talks over the year because some of the talks I don't remember as well as I should. So between those two instances, I'm actually like a kind of anti AI person now because I don't like anything that steals my learning from me and embarrasses me in front of
Sure. Yeah.
people. So
It's just
that's my story.
it's not trustworthy technology, and the way I don't know of any other technology that people are willing to accept this kind of error rate for. Um, and it concerns me, frankly, and it's a security nightmare as well. I mean, every chatbot is a breach waiting to happen, essentially. So,
It's literally making up new facts because there's so much. It puts out one fake
Alternative
fact.
facts, please, Jordan.
But it takes one false citation, but then it's out there and then it quotes itself over and
That's
over.
right.
And there
yeah.
have been things about like the brown black holes, for example. There's been certain like astronomical like science
Yeah.
things that just
It's
are
called
not
poisoning, isn't it? It's called like
true.
recursive poisoning.
So anyway, we're super off topic from touring my Init EL
We
setup,
do have
which
a question from the chat for you,
oh yeah, this is
from the chat human, the chat YouTube, which is from Yo-Yo Broker, who wants to know what's the easiest way for a newcomer to get started with Datomic? Like, what's the hello world of Datomic?
well, funny is we worked on that. We even made a to-do list app, and right now it is so the Datomic website is actually going a complete overhaul. So and so I would say right now, I don't think that there is a super great path to getting started with Datomic. If I'm just being super honest, that in Closure Camp, I was doing these monthly meetups um, that we were doing hands-on stuff. I would say, hmm, okay, I take that back. Start with data log. That I would say it's called Learn Data Log, or
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah.
love that.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
website
that's
called
great.
Learn
yeah,
Data Log.
and
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
and it got
yeah.
renamed. So Learn Data Log, which is the query syntax, which is actually not, that's just the query syntax that Datomic uses. So that's actually helpful for other things as well. But I would say learn the syntax. And right now, a lot of our documentation falls in the realm of reference documentation. And so
Not
it's
tutorials.
not tutorials, correct. And so we don't have a ton of tutorials or even how-to guides. It is all reference. That is something that is currently being completely like actually very, more hot goss. Oh, he started, so I can say this. Oh, are y'all familiar with Dave Lietman?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? He's at New Bank and he's on my old team. Like he's gonna be the one helping head that project of redoing
Oh.
Datomic.com. And
Oh,
then I'm gonna
cool.
Oh,
do Closure
Right,
wow.
Docs and we're
right.
do baby. But yeah, he was somebody that um I'm proud to like have helped recruit. And actually he applied and he got denied and I had to make a big stink about it in some Slack channel about like I had to call in the big dogs. I had to
This
like
is
add.
public now, Jordan. Hold on.
Yes. Well, no, no. I mean, it's allowed
No,
to be
about
said that.
the private Slack channel of stuff. It's like maybe yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, it's I don't think it should be. It's not a bad thing. That's recruiting pipelines can be difficult. And so
Right, right. Yeah.
Dave, his application came up as like living in Germany, where we don't, we do have a global headquarters there. He got auto denied, but I know
Oh,
that he was
Mhm.
the right person for the
yeah,
job.
sure.
And so
Right, right.
I like added like the director of
Well,
in
it's
charge
good
of
to
data
know
being
that
like, hey,
there's
undo this.
humans involved in the process because there's a reason we auto deny people, right? Like there's just too many applications. But
Well, now so many of them are fake.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And there's like tools where you submit to thousands. GPT will write cover letters for you. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Um, but it's good that y'all picked it up and you can like make a case internally. Like, no, this person is actually really good. We shouldn't.
He exists. He's awesome.
Yes, exactly. Not a bot.
That's kind of
Yeah.
how like a lot of things get done at New Bank, honestly, is, you run into an automated wall, but then you find the person that you need to talk to that has the info, whether that's tribal knowledge or whether it's the power to make a decision or whatever. And if you find the right person and make the right pitch,
Hmm.
things will start working out.
I think the
Yeah,
Right.
truth is that's how life in general works.
that's right.
Mhm.
Stuff falls through the cracks everywhere. Yeah.
Mm.
As
But
long as you
yeah,
can get to the right person.
I'm super pleased. He was supposed to be on my team. I was, again, Datomic Developer Success. I've recently switched to the Closure team, but I have a lot of trust that the person, going back to this question of how to get started with Datomic,
Uh-huh.
the right people are now on this.
Okay.
As far as like Dave Lietman is yeah, there. And also Jen Myers, she was huge in the Ruby community. She keynoted Strange Loop
Mm.
one year.
Yeah.
Um, she's around. She doesn't have a Closure background, but she's awesome, awesome. Like I said, 20 years of Ruby. And she is also the team lead there. And she's
And
somebody
she's
that
gonna go
Right.
get tattoos with us.
yes, she's gonna get tattoos with us exactly
Yes.
at the conj. She's
Yeah.
the one that actually had was planning that mission. Like she's the one that launched that mission and researched. And then when I told her I want to tattoo art, she's like, "Oh my God, here's all the research I did. Call these ones. They're the best."
So that's exciting. So we're gonna get everyone on board with Datomic.
Correct. And I'd like to also get like this Closure Docs baby that I'm getting. I'd like to tie
Oh,
that in
you haven't
too.
announced that on the stream yet.
Oh,
So,
That's
oh,
right. Please do.
and then we have to look at your setup.
okay, great. It's super boring. Well, do the setup through time. Okay, so uh, I was excited because I've been doing kind of architecture talks about Datomic, technical light things for the last year or so, couple years. Haven't really got a lot of keyboard time. And so something that was a priority to me in my career development with the switch is staying relevant on the keyboard and like earning my keep,
Mm, mm.
especially as like a woman engineer. I feel like it's something I always kind of like gotta play defense on. Um, and Alex replied like, well, we did just get the Closure Docs permissions this morning. And so, yeah, yesterday we talked to our other boss, Chiago, and it does look like, yeah, that's going to be my baby into 2026. There's some other things first, but We're going to migrate, so the code base still works, which is really cool. That's from like 10 years ago and it still works,
Mm.
but it I think it's like, it's like line again and like MongoDB. So we're going to migrate it from MongoDB to Datomic. We're going to, have to do some discovery, some cleaning, some, you know, refactor, but we're going to give it some love. That's the exciting part. And I'd like to tie that work into, I'd even like to get a Datomic part section of Clojure.
Mm.
It doesn't make sense for those resources to live separately. So I'd
Yeah.
like
Is
to
it an
see.
open source project now, or is it something that will
Yeah,
be
I
open
believe.
sourced?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
believe. I
Okay.
believe it's open source. We just got the I think like the Cloudflare.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the domain
VPN
name
stuff.
and
Yeah.
the server and whatever. Yeah.
Correct. Oh,
The,
one more answer to your starting Datomic question. Sorry, this is going full circle.
Go for it.
Um, there's a great it's a web app game that we played with students during the Closure Camp mob sessions, called Max Datom, and it is awesome. It's like an 80s
Max
style.
Datom.
Yeah.
I gotta search for it.
Oh, that's really awesome. That's my favorite. That's gonna help you learn data log. It's gonna be simple. Um, it really manages the
Oh,
cognitive load. I like
Ooh.
doing it. We did it as pair programming style that we all just kind of took turns driving. Um, but yeah, as of right now, the
wow.
recommendation is learn data log, max datom. That's the other tutorial representation, and standby working on the resources.
That's cool. Max Datom. I had
Yeah.
never seen this.
Yeah, Jared
This
Taylor
is
made
cool.
that.
I really
He's
like the
amazing.
aesthetic.
Yeah, yeah. Um, okay, there's also one other thing I think you told us um before we look at your setup.
Hmm.
You said that you had something better than a monad and transducer explanation.
Oh, yeah, I said all of this hot gossip is
Oh,
in
all
that
the hot
section.
gossip. Oh, okay. Okay. I thought it was some other fun thing you were going to
I
explain.
mean,
Okay.
I can go off on transducers because we have a sordid history. I've been lost one of my first jobs because my first transducer. Um, and I really prefer the like, I think in a lot of I have a lot of shit to talk. Can I say that word here? I have a lot of crap to talk about
Dude, you
transducers.
should hear Ray. I think you
You
haven't
can
tuned
say
in
bad
before.
words.
Okay,
It's
I think
legal.
it's babies though. People are listening to babies in cars, I think. No, I
Oh,
doubt a
Mark,
lot of babies are
No,
listening
YouTube.
to no.
no, no.
Um, yeah, I have a lot of shit to talk about transducers, but I don't have any actual one of the prompt questions that I was sent was describe the difference between a monad and transducer,
Hmm.
provide a visual aid. And I'm like, this is a great question, but also I have much hotter gossip that is much more interesting.
Sure.
Don't worry about it. It was a bit of a joke question, so it's okay.
It's always a
We can
joke
move on.
question.
Yeah.
um, yeah, monads can go
Cool.
in that.
Well, then can we see your setup?
Sure, sure. All right. And we will, it's interesting when I sat down and I looked at this, I guess I should share my screen. Let's get that. Let me get my windows configured. I tested this last night. I'm going to share this. I thought this was adorable.
Mm.
Speaking of AI, that's so bad. It's so so
Hey.
so much love. All right, and now what we are going to do. You see all my apps down there. All right, but I want to see.
Whoa, you're in the corner of your own screen. Oh, you're muted.
Oh, am I muted?
There we
No,
go.
no, I
Okay,
hear
now you're
you.
not.
Hear you.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't mute myself.
No, I think you were out
Um,
of the range of the microphone.
oh, that tracks. All right. I just want to get this screen is over here for me to look at it, so I'm getting it on my forward screen because I
Mm.
got to a complicated situation here. And I use this all the time. This Zoom thing. No, we don't. We use Google Meet. Layout. I know there's a way to see my screen.
There we go.
Emacs.
So that's something that I want to, I think is interesting. That one, it said share your tooling setup. And I'm like, which one? Because as I've grown as a developer, I've had at least, I say, three significant setups that I started with a more a vanilla Emacs. And I'll go ahead and go through my, I'll just go through my like init EL. And I do have a couple of like weird, if you want to see weird idiosyncrasies,
Yeah,
is that a
sure.
word?
We're all
Of
about the weird.
it's not like that weird.
All about
But
the normal too.
uh,
Just want to see it.
the other thing that is we're also going to go through my IntelliJ setup because I also have when I started working at Vouch, I tend to use the tool that people around me use and uh all of my cider things when I was at Vouch, I was using the Krell REPL, which is something that David made
Mm,
to be a React Native or ClojureScript
Mm.
React
Mm.
Native REPL. So it didn't use nREPL. So suddenly, none of my cider nREPL crap worked the way I wanted it to. And could I have gone in and redone everything? Yes. And I was looking at the tooling yesterday, and apparently it looks like you can just look simple on the cider docs, like, oh, just use the Krell REPL, put it in there. So maybe I was mistaken, but at the time I was overwhelmed and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna use I like that IntelliJ in cursive gives you the ability to choose a different REPL. You could do a
Mm.
closure.main REPL and then put your deps in and it
hmm
will stay unopinionated. It'll stay tooling. And so because IntelliJ allows for that, I just do Emacs key bindings on that and then I could work it was easier to work with David. And
Mm.
then with students, I use VS Code. Um,
hmm
So I do legitimately use three IDs, which
For
I think is
sure.
interesting. But okay, let's see here. Let's go
So
through
when you're
this.
working on your own projects or not with colleagues, what do you use?
Oh, Emacs is my home. I mean, it depends on the
Mm.
yeah, my preference. Yeah, my preference is Emacs, but it depends because like for example, I think the file navigation of IntelliJ is really nice. Okay, let's put this up here actually so you can see my mini buffer. Right. And oh, one more. Let's do Keycaster. Y'all gonna love this. Know about Keycaster? It'll show what buttons I'm hitting. Um,
Yeah.
let's
Okay.
see. Let's do. So I was looking at what project
Keycaster
to
is really
use.
cool. I mean, that's something we should get people to, who especially Emacs people, to install when they're demonstrating this. That's a good tip.
Yeah, this in the bottom is Keycaster. It just shows the buttons I'm hitting. And I was thinking how lucky we are because I'm using. So back when I used Emacs, here's more relics of the past I brought out. We're not doing enough coding to justify switching it all over. Oh, we can't see it. But there we go. But
There it
this is
is.
my keyboard
Oh,
that
you disappeared.
yeah,
So
this
it
is
doesn't
hard.
like
I gotta stay
it doesn't
moving to
recognize you as a human.
You're
I
the
guess I gotta
background. There you
Yeah.
go. Keep
versus this
dancing.
is my low profile. Can I shake it? This is missing a
Yeah.
control key, which is annoying. And this one has a command and control and alt on each side. So I
Okay.
like this one better. Um, Where is my foot pedal? I even got my foot pedal out to show you off
You
of
have
my
a
like
foot
super nerd.
pedal?
Yes,
Oh
that's what I'm
man,
like.
that's
I'm going
hardcore.
through the stuff through the ages is at one point I got super into it. Oh, here we go.
What does a foot pedal do? Is it just a
Like
big
a super key or something?
Well, I used it as control, so then it was an
oh that's
Emacs
Uh,
Pinky
yeah.
fighter. And actually it's interesting with a foot pedal, I found myself thinking about men when to lift it up more than when
Pushing
to
down?
put it down. So that was a
Huh.
very interesting. So it's like on a mechanical switch. It's my little yeah, I think this is and actually I think I'm gonna get this back out for some music stuff. So I'm glad that I found this. But yeah, back in the day when I used this setup, super nerd, I had the whole mechanical keyboard, foot pedal for control key. Um,
Wow.
and yeah, that was my those are my Emacs days. I think it was also like Linux Mint. It was fun stuff. Okay, so I was thinking about uh don't look at my project names. Uh and I think the easiest thing to do is to use the repo that we had for the book. Yes, you can see that. So this is the Close Your Brain teasers that Alex and I did.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this is, when we wrote for Prog, they have a whole process. Notice it's subversion, so that was fun. That's actually another thing that I definitely used IntelliJ for because it was just easier to do all of the subversion tooling in a GUI
Uh-huh.
Mm, mm.
instead of mess with my Git. I'm not that much of a super user. Um, but yeah, here PML is kind of
I remember introducing the subversion to a company um, many years ago, obviously, after they were using CVS and stuff like this.
and
Yeah, so
I promised to show my init.el, so let me do that real quick. And good for everyone. I'm so slow because I haven't done it in so long. Everyone can really follow my follow my. I'm not zooming through it because I'm rusty. All right, let's go back here. Email. Uh, okay. Da da da. We have my beautiful init el. Um, a lot of it's basic from the Closure Brave and True days. Let's see. I like my little Nyan cat. That's that's a favy. It shows me how far down in the uh, page I am. Let's see. Some of my customs are down here. It's a mess. I think that's one of the things I'm showing, right? That because of course my first instinct is to shove it all in an EL, and I only like separate it when there's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
This is an interesting thing. I had a Mac M1 issues when first
Okay.
getting this, and so there's a lot of Mac M1 optimizations um, that I end up doing for Emacs that I end up having in here. Um, Also in my like Zish RC, like when I go to my terminal, it'll make certain decisions based on whether I'm in ARM or Intel. Like it makes intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yep. Do we need anything else in it? Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty. We'll go to customizations. Um, oh, I do some unholy things that I will show here. I remap over some things that I shouldn't because I've just didn't use them that much, but like the control T or in control U, like I ended up using going up a line more than I used do the thing this many times, like the macro,
Yeah.
and I'll do a macro of the control X9, I think it is. Like I'll make a macro
Sure.
and I'll do it a bunch, but I just never ended up using
Yeah. The prefix that
there's a
yeah.
prefix thing that I mapped. Yeah, this is unholy that I mapped over that. Um, Move around Windows Shift key. I think that's pretty standard. Um, I have another couple unholy. Oh, I like my smarter beginning of line. That's nice. Uh, oh, it's going to be Insider actually. But Insider, I do some unholy rebinding of, I think it's supposed to be like to evaluate what control X control U. I have my send a REPL remapped to control space.
Oh.
I know I'm a crazy person, but I like it better. I think I was working with somebody that taught me
Mm-hmm.
had that as there, and it just stuck. And so that's a okay. Where do I think that's in Cider. No closure settings. CLJ is it? Uh, Setup closure. Yeah. I feel like all my stuff is pretty standard. It's not vanilla, but rainbow brackets,
Sure.
pair edit.
Little touches that you like.
Yeah,
That's
this is the yeah, like I do control enter to send load the file in the buffer, and then like control space to evaluate the expression.
the
Actually,
oh.
and you know what? I think I even uh changed it recently that I think I even want pretty print. But all right, now that we've seen the edit DL, do we have any questions? I'll also like do the starting up a REPL part, and I'll start up the REPL in the close your brain teasers, and I'll let you see the super simple REPL that we have there. But I will pause for any
I mean, we
questions.
don't have any questions in the chat. I am a little curious about your smarter move beginning of line. What does that do? What's the smarts?
Um, let's see if I can make it do. Say that's the line.
Mm-hmm.
That was smarter beginning of line versus
Oh,
smarter versus it wants to jump back there.
yeah.
But smarter beginning of line will go to basically the beginning of
To the
S
first non-white
expressions.
space.
Correct.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And do like a nice little nested situation. Um, oh, I'm also a sucker for vertical alignment. I will die on this hill. Uh, that's why I have it. I think I have it on like control 7 or something. I have it on a super main thing because I'm always trying to fix up white space vertically aligned and then have to undo it so I don't make white space changes. That was one of the first bad PRs I got from David.
No white space changes.
Yeah, how embarrassing. How
Don't
embarrassing.
give me a 1,000 line commit because you changed my white space.
Well, I just switched IDEs and I think it was doing some
Uh-huh.
fix up stuff. And yeah, I put it up. I fixed a button. There was like 20 million white space changes, but learned that lesson. Um, okay. That's my init EL. And a lot of these key bindings, I literally have in, let's see here. I'll do the other side of it.
IntelliJ. You're on both
Uh,
sides of the fence.
I am on both sides of the fence. Let's see. I do like I think I think your tools dictate a lot of your workflow, right?
Sure.
And there are definitely times that having this branch, I like this better than the buffer, not, let's see, I want to find something that
Yeah, the find file where you're
versus
typing
that,
in the
because,
name. Yeah.
and certain things like having if I want to be lazy with, uh, see, as if, version control. If I want to be lazy with version control,
Mm.
um, and have a nice little, I don't know why that keeps popping out there. Expand all, collapse all, dock. Yeah, there we go. We were talking a little bit earlier about REPL configurations. Um, I will show the difference between, so here, I'm going to go to code in the book in Emacs, and I'll go to the depths, and you can see the most simple. This is all you need, kids. This is all you need right here. This is possibly the smallest depths you've ever seen. I think so. Obviously, for the book, we couldn't really do dependencies. Let's see, meta X. Where are we in here?
Closure
Nope.
111. Come on.
Recently, I checked out Claude yesterday, and I am, I don't know. Everyone's telling me it's the one to, it's better than, because like I said, I swore off
I mean,
ChatGPT,
I guess
but I
the
still need
question is
some
like,
crap in my life.
why? Like, why? Like, what if there's a use case that you're getting something out of it?
Yeah, well,
But because
right.
they're really expensive, aren't they?
Yeah, well, I ran out of, well, Claude was actually correct about everything, but then I ran out of, I put, I joined the $20 whatever per month, but I still ran out of like thinking points at like a really
That's
inopportune time
that's what
because
I heard is it's very expensive.
yes, and I'm using it right now for conference organization things. And so, for example, I'm planning this Thursday lunch meetup where, hey, give me a list of 20 restaurants that all fit this constraints and give me the phone number and this, that, like, kind of compiling. So I was looking for something better, more correct than ChatGPT for that yesterday. That's what was going on. And anyway, now did it screw me over? And no, let's see. Here we go. There's my meta X. All right. Setter. I wish I could see. Gotta do my cider jack in. The magic will occur. Nobody's ever seen this before. Something I will say, I guess an aha moment I had that is ridiculous that I had to have, I had this a little longer. And it really is all just data.
Hmm.
Data.
And I used to like, for example, clone repos because I thought it was easier to start with a template. But when I sit down to start a project, I just make directory
Yeah,
temp.eden
it is so nice, isn't it?
and I just write data.
And then you make a new directory SRC and
Right,
off to
right.
the races. Yeah.
So I think that's a really cool part of so all right, let's see here. Let's do that. I usually like vertical alignment. I don't find myself using the actual, where is my cursor? Here we go. No. Sorry, I can't see because my head's in the way on my screen. I don't find myself using this actual REPL very often. When I'm in Emacs, I use the, okay, let me look over here so I can see it. Um, and these are all the code examples from Clojure Brain Teasers. I will go down to um, stay focused or vacuum suck. Stay focused it
Stay
is.
focused.
Great. So I just did my control return and it just sent this, should have just sent this whole thing over here. Let's check that. It may not have though, because I haven't used this in. Hey, cool. All right. Um, let's see what else. This is my. That didn't remap. All right, my control space isn't even working the way I wanted it to.
Oh no.
We have
I
hit
know.
we have hit an hour and 5 minutes, and we are coming up to the end.
Oh,
Like
thank God.
we're coming up to my hard stop. So
Yes.
I
I mean,
Yeah.
not yes, but
I don't want I don't want to play parliamentarian here, but
yes. So I
uh
don't have to answer the monad question.
you don't have to answer the
You
monad
don't have to
question.
answer
You've
it.
All right.
survived.
This is the last thing I will show. I like that. Look, this is for cursive, allows you to go in and you have this option to not do nREPL. And with Krell, we did this where we did
Oh.
closure main, run with deps, and then did Krell. And there was an alias defined in, in the deps Eden that pointed to the Krell REPL. But this being able to do this without rewriting an init without rewriting cider, like this was necessary. So that's the thing I will show you that why IntelliJ can be nice. I actually like when my tools are not mashed together. Um, so yeah, all right. Mia has a hard stop. Do you have any last questions? Am I done? Do I stop sharing?
What final words of wisdom do you have about
Oh,
the future of closure?
oh, if you just asked me for words of wisdom, and what my immediate response was like, not appropriate for the show.
Get a tattoo.
Is that really wise then?
We are pro tattoo
Um,
on this show.
we are pro tattoo. No, I don't know why my first instinct was like, fuck bitches, get money. Ooh. Yeah, like, I don't-
Um, so where, like, are there any guests that you think we should have
yes,
on the show?
Raph Ditwald.
Raph Ditwald. Okay, we actually have him on the list already,
Yes,
so
he is
that's
a
easy.
co co-person, co-founder, one of the co-founders of Closure Camp, which is still doing well. We're doing a really, really fun thing at the conch. We're
Yeah.
actually doing the Closure Camp experience
Oh,
where we have like we have a little fake fire and like some s'mores and like some camping chairs and we're gonna have some music. It's gonna be by the
and
coffee
a
area.
tattoo artist will come up
And
behind you and just
it was
draw some
the
friends real quick.
yes, yes, the tattoo artist is gonna be there next year. Um, but yeah, the conj should be fun. I'm really liking. We're gonna have this, the big yard games, like the big Jenga.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's what the booth is gonna look like this year at the conch. So,
Awesome.
All right.
mhm.
Well, we will see you there. Not Ray. Ray, we will miss you very much.
Yes, sorry.
Um,
Yeah, and we
uh,
didn't get to talk much about Closure Camp, but where can people find out more about it so they can join?
if you go to closure.camp, or even better, we're a Discord as of now.
Hmm.
Can I dip and here we go. Um, yeah, we're a Discord. Go to the Closure Camp Discord. It will be shared at the conj. It will be um it's on the internet. If you're a closure person, I feel like it shouldn't be that hard to
Closure
find.
Camp. Yeah, super easy to
Closure.camp.
find.
It's and Mia, before you go, I have a what are you doing Thursday at lunch at the conj if you're gonna be in?
Nothing. I have no plans except to
Oh,
go to Conj. So
great. Will you host a lunch meetup? All you have to do is stand with a sign in the hall and then herd cats to the restaurant. That's all you got to do. I'll pick the restaurant and everything. You'll love it.
maybe,
Fair.
maybe.
Fair.
You'll have to convince her there while you're there.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I'm making reservations now. Now. Yeah.
Where is the lunch? What I will let's talk about this offline. I'm sorry. I never say no. I never say yes to anything.
Of
So,
course. Yeah, the
uh
expectations are meant to be very lax on you. We're just trying to provide, when everyone scrambles for lunch and you're like, "Oh, who am I sitting with at lunch?" We're preventing that. And so people will be standing with signs with like a subject and a cuisine instead of, hey, can I go get lunch with you? It's just a way to ease social things. So the topic can be whatever you want. It could be frogs.
Oh no, I'm not
It could
doing
be
this.
closure.
Absolutely not. No, that's terrifying to me. Absolutely not. No, I can't do it.
Okay, that's fair.
I will never choose a restaurant. I will never choose a topic of conversation.
Oh no, I chose. Well, I would choose both for you. You would just have to herd the people. You would just have to
Oh,
be there. I would do it. Yeah, I'm literally that's my role is I'm doing all the
no,
work, so I had to just stand there and do nothing.
no,
Okay, that's fair.
maybe, maybe. I'm gonna be very hungry. I like to be the first in line for food.
Well, it's not. It's we're not doing. It's the when we're
But we
lunch
should
left
talk
out to
about
our own
this
devices.
offline. We should talk about this offline. I'm sorry, this
Yeah.
is like it's
Oh my
it's
gosh,
like
we're
being
still on air.
proposed to at a sports
Oh
game.
my gosh,
Uh,
I think it's lovely that you think about things before you answer. I love that. I'm gonna stop
That's
sharing my
wisdom.
screen.
That's wisdom.
Yeah, I
So,
think
Let's
it's.
end on that one.
let me know the responsibilities, where I have to be, and when, and I will determine if I can commit.
I will send you. Yes, I have that written down. And I will send that to you.
All right.
Normie,
It's
what's the
an
chance I can
honor,
get?
Mia. There's two other people in the room, and she
See,
didn't
this is what
ask
I mean
us.
by this is like being proposed to at a sports game. Like
Mm.
it's like I'm on the Jumbotron right now. The last thing that you
And what
want
if you
is for me
say
to say
no?
yes and then not be
Well,
able to do it because
what
I have a
if
torn Achilles tendon.
what if I told
Uh,
you I already did the research for the restaurants and some of the prompts were picking restaurants that are quiet and sensory friendly for people that are trying not to be a little overstimulated from the event.
Yeah, but
I
okay,
need
let's
to,
let's do it out. Let's
yes,
do it offline. Come on.
yeah.
offline.
Okay.
So
Are we
No more
hanging up now?
pressure,
Can
all
hang up.
right?
Hang up. All right. Well, bye
No
Thank you,
everyone.
pressure in
This
this
was so
sports
everyone.
good.
yes,
crowd.
thank you.
Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe, join our Discord, and we'll see you next time. Thanks again, Jordan, for being here.
Hot gossip. Hot gossip. Hot gossip. Hot gossip. Now, are you ending it? Are you ending it? Is it ended yet?
Is it off?
I'm actually not sure. No, we gotta wait a little bit. It
Great.
always takes longer than you want.
Yeah, that's well,
Yeah.
there was no reason to be nervous. Apparently I didn't forget how to code overnight. Huh. I was nervous. I haven't coded like not
You
in a
might still
significant
be
way.
live. I can't
That's
tell if you're
okay.
live or not.
I'm glad if I am. I want people to know that. That's it there is a lot of freedom and humility.
Very good. Yes, I agree. I've got to go, unfortunately. Great to see you
Okay,
again, Jordan.
I've ended it. It
Um,
should be done.
Oh, all
Okay.
right. Wait, now that you've
see-
ended it, okay, tell them